is Kerry Muhl. I'm a ranger here at Cuyahoga Valley National Park, and the pop-up that I have today is on farming. And so our main question is, what does where we buy our food say about what our society values? And so in looking at the different things that are on the table, I go to a lot of farmers markets, and so I wanted people to understand that there are farms in our national park that people grow produce on, and they do it sustainably. And so I wanted to make sure that I highlighted some of the farms, both historic and the ones that people are currently farming here in our national park. So I have our map, and then the stars go along with the numbers on these sheets of paper and tell the different farms. There are about a dozen of the farms here in our national park. And so just kind of highlighting what kind of fruits and vegetables or animals that are raised on the farm, anything that's like specialty, like if they do U-picks and things like that, and if they have a farm stand, because we want to make sure that people know that there are natural alternatives to going to main grocery stores and things like that to buy local produce. And so we have some wonderful questions that we have here. One of the questions is, what's most important to you when shopping for food? We want to get people thinking about why they're shopping for the food that they are. So if price matters to them, ethics, health, the freshness of the food, or convenience. And then they can take a little pebble and vote as to what means the most to them. And then as we are going along and looking at which jars get filled up, we can have conversations with the visitors about what matters most to them and why. We also have, and this is more for kids, but adults would like this too, is what is your favorite farm animal? And we're asking them to either draw it or write it down. And we get a lot of response with this on our big dry erase boards, even our little ones, about people drawing the animals, especially if there are a lot of kids that come to the farmer's market. So another question that we want to ask too is, how do our small actions have big impacts? And so when we're looking at our produce, our fruits and veggies, we want to also look at the pollinators that are helping to make those grow. And so one of the big things that I love to do is I love to show this little tiny honeybee and how important bees are to our produce. So in looking at this photograph that's right here, we see a grocery store with produce and with bees, and we see our grocery store without bees. And then on the flip side is our dairy aisle with bees and without bees. So we're hoping to prompt a lot of conversations about how important these animals are, even if people don't realize that they're actually pollinating the food that we love to eat. And one of our other little pop-up items here is facts or myths about farming. So we can look at these little questions that are right here, or these statements, I should say, that are right here. So for instance, the United States has more than 330 million acres of agricultural land, and then they open it up and they see whether or not it's a fact or a myth, and they can go through all those different ones and see if they're facts or myths or not. And then hopefully, if it's a myth, it's prompting a little bit of conversation about why it's a myth. And then, last but not least, we have over here on this big dry erase board some ways that we can support small farming in our communities. So either by shopping local markets, planting a pollinator garden, not putting pesticides or herbicides on our lawn or on our gardens, planting potting herb gardens to help with having fresh things for our food, and then also composting, which is extremely important considering the amount of food waste that the United States has. So that is my pop-up. Thank you very much.